Welcome to Suds and Buds. I am Brian Stevens.
Me llamo Miguel Speenberg. It's Cinco de Mayo week, dude. I'm at the strip club.
Oh,
just keep it down.
You look like you're gonna be like Star Trek and you're just gonna teleport out of there.
Like it. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Oh, I'm at a strip club. There's a girl on the main stage. Look. It's Bambi. Cinnamon.
Destiny to the main stage. Destiny to the main stage.
Cinnamon. This is how it is to be a weatherman. It's hard to do it backwards. Cinnamon. Cinnamon. Destiny.
Oh, God. Let Vinny in.
It's crowded in here.
Mike! Hey, Mike!
Yeah.
Before we get too far into it, let me remind you to make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and go over to sudsandbuds.net. Hey, Bailey, let Vinny in. sudsandbuds.net/YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to our channel, ding the bell so you get notifications every time we go live, anytime we got a new video. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, if you haven't joined our Instagram, if you haven't, we're all over the social web. So make sure that you're there anytime that we're going live. You'll know about it. Anytime that Mike's in the club, he will live webcast.
Yeah, you can page me.
Man, I tell you what, you got the life. I wish I had time for whatever that is that you're doing.
I'm here for the lunch buffet, dude.
It's $9.99 T-bone.
And it's a really good lunch buffet. Me and my friends come here.
Is there supposed to be hair in the mashed potatoes?
You've been here.
Yeah. It's right there off of Peachtree Industrial, right next to the Home Depot.
Bridge.
Oh, wow, you're the good one.
Yeah. It's flank steak.
I will say this. Atlanta has, it's been a long time since I've been, but Atlanta has the best strip clubs in the world.
Dude, agreed. I was 21 years old, 22 years old, and me and about 6 fraternity brothers piled in 2 cars, I think, and drove from Raleigh to Tusk, Alabama to see Alabama and NC State play football.
Okay. Yep.
Alabama played football.
Yeah.
NC State just got shut. Anyway, on our way there, I had not lived in Atlanta yet. I was still in college. So on our way there, we stopped and went to the Cheetah at like 21 years of age. And that'll blow your mind as a young cat.
Oh, yeah.
Because those women are, I haven't been there in 100. That's probably the only time I've ever really been in the Cheetah. I may have been there once when I lived in Atlanta, but that's not my scene. But don't tell the people behind me that. It's like what's that Hedberg joke? I don't have a girlfriend, but I know a girl that'd be really mad if she heard me say that.
Man, I'd say the Cheetah, the Pink Pony is probably the best one on the planet. In terms
Never
of
been
just
there. What's the one that closed down because Patrick Ewing was getting his wiener sucked there, and like all the.
That wasn't was that the Gold Club? Yeah,
over on that wasn't
right off of Piedmont.
Yeah, it was off Piedmont. Yeah, I remember that one. And then,
it's a church now, I think.
Oh, nice! I went. Well, there's a lot of people on their knees there before too. I went there one time. I went to that one time. And it was so crowded that there's no chance to even try to enjoy it. No, it's really never. That's never really been my. I'm not saying they're not hot, but I mean it's just like. I don't have bling bling.
Right. Well, every time I've been with someone else who bankrolled it. I will.
Yeah, me too.
That's the only way to go. Really.
Buddy Reed has that thing where if he walks into a strip club, like all the strippers come to his table.
Yeah.
And I could walk in there and sit in the corner like a cop or security guard for 6 hours and eat flank steak and shrimp.
The only time I've ever seen guys try and pick up strippers. They do a pretty lousy job
those
of
chicks
it.
Don't get off till like 6 a.m.
Right. Well, I was out in L.A. in like 96, 97 with a guy that I haven't seen since this trip. Thank God. The only time I've ever seen a guy pick up a stripper, but he was a guy with a lot of money. Or at least it seemed like he had a lot of money. And he definitely had that air, like the moment that we got in the club, either he'd been there before, and he didn't tell me, Or he just had, to me, he had that aura. There's an aura about
Okay.
people that all of a sudden, like, all the best girls came to our table.
Yeah, it has to be your scene, that your vibe, like your energy. Yeah, Reed had that shit. And then, yeah, I've never dated a stripper in my life. Too
I'm
much
not
work
gonna.
from what I hear, man. I don't know if I don't know. I don't have to date these girls, man.
Let's just say that I've known a few in my time.
Yes.
And I'm going to leave it at that, because then I'd have to explain to my wife what I did in a previous life. So anyway,
What are you drinking? What do you drink at the strip clubs? Do you drink the same thing you drink at strip clubs you drink at home?
no, I generally drink cheap if I'm buying it at any place like that, because a good beer is $25 and I paid $25 to get in.
Mhm.
But if someone else is buying, oh yeah, we're definitely going. We're going for whatever the best import we can get at the time is. If it's a black strip club, Heineken.
I don't think I've ever been. What's the one there in Atlanta? What's it called? The famous one? The Black Strip Club? Oh, come on, man. We're idiots for not knowing because it's famous. It's where that guy got murdered from Real Housewives. The fiance of the Real Housewives guy got killed in the parking lot.
No, that I wouldn't know.
Come
But
on. You've been to Claremont Lounge, right?
oh, I took my brother the last time he was
He should
here.
work there.
Oh, wait a second. It's the second time I've ever seen someone walk out with a stripper. Oh, he'll kill me for saying that.
Claremont
too.
Lounge with a stripper?
Yeah.
Gross. Was he driving to work at the Waffle House? It's brutal, man.
He's going to kill me for telling that. But he did. Okay, so I've seen a guy walk out of a strip club twice with a chick. Okay. That's a skill.
Exactly 2 more times than I've ever seen it. I'm way asleep by the time those girls get off work.
Man, it's one of those where I was surprised. I thought in L.A. when I went, it was kind of a week of strip clubs back then. We were supposed to be there for business.
A week of strip clubs?
Yeah, this guy liked strip clubs. We were supposed to be there on music business.
I couldn't handle that, man.
Well, by the time we ended up in the Mexican strip clubs, I think I'd had enough at that point.
Yeah, he likes
When you end up in a strip club with a pregnant Mexican stripper, yeah, it's time. It's time to hang it up.
What did you do for Cinco de Mayo?
We stayed home like we've done for Cinco de Cuatro and Cinco de
Cinco de April. Yeah, Abril, Febrero. We had a virtual party for my buddy Jay turned 50.
Oh, cool.
So we had a virtual party for him. He lives in Charleston. We had a guy in Charleston, 2 people in Charleston, 2 in Charlotte, 1 on Long Island, 1 in New York City, 1 in Park City, Utah, 1 in Hawaii, and 1 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, all on the call, and 1 in Raleigh.
Did you just do like a Zoom room? Is that what you did?
Yeah, we did this whole thing.
You did a virtual
birthday party. Yeah. Well, it wasn't. No, it wasn't anything like that. Jay lives in Charleston, but he's 50, man. He had to be in bed. So
9 o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's fucking Groundhog Day still, man.
It's this whole period of time.
Pot cookies.
You what? Got pot cookies?
I'm gonna eat those.
This whole period of time has really brought something out in me because I've been so insulated that I think when we go back to whatever the normal world looks like, I think I'm just going to ride with it. I don't have a lot of opportunity to have fun, especially now.
Why?
But because
are you getting unemployment?
No, not yet.
Oh, well, when you start getting that, this is all the excuse in the world to go have a little bit of fun.
I just kick my heels up and
you know what I mean?
Drink cold one.
You can't be sitting in the house all day.
I'm too type A. That's the problem. Even though I'm at home, there's like the last 18 hours of my life have been spent working on audio and video, drum stuff and everything for a client that I guarantee everybody else that was working on that project did not put 18 hours into it. They might have put 3. But
I put all 45 minutes into getting the strip club on the screen behind me.
Do you have any other cool backgrounds?
I I'll find one. Hang on, let me get you another one here.
Yeah.
Let me see how I get to it.
I'm just curious. I'm curious what your second choice was.
Oh, hang on, how to do it. Hang on a second.
See, the type A in me is
Change
just,
virtual background. I got you.
I'm just.
Okay.
I know that guy.
Spaceship broken. Need parts. God bless.
I've been right there on that corner.
In Denver, Colorado, actually. That's the guy who got me the cookies.
No, I'm so type A that it makes it difficult for me to have any kind of relaxation because I'm constantly thinking about the next thing or what I need to get done or a lot of people don't realize it. We've never said publicly why we stopped doing the show 10 years ago or whenever it was. But I'll publicly say that at the time when the first round of shows that we did, the first 30 episodes, I was incredibly type A with everything about that show. I hope it shows. I mean, whether it's having a shirt that has winner made for it, or the virtual scoreboards, or whatever, all the stuff that happened, and I've been told in my life that being that type A about anything isn't for everybody. When you're trying to assemble like a team.
No, I mean you gotta. I mean, but nothing. I mean that's. I mean, yeah, but I'm type A, but I don't think as much as you are.
All right. So here's an example. All right. So you got the text from me that I thought that the last show was a fiasco. It wasn't as bad as when I went back and looked at it again, but I rewatched the last show and it was like 90 minutes long or something. I got through 40. It was almost an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But I only have rewatched about 40 minutes of it. And in 40 minutes, I've got 5 pages of notes of things to improve. 90% of it is things to improve. 10% of it that was really good. And that's pretty much how my life runs most of the time.
You're your own toughest critic.
Oh, for sure. Well, I mean, with the last episode,
I said you're self-employed, man. You have to be when you're self-employed.
Oh, for sure. So I had like 2 pages of notes before we even started the last episode.
You end up like this guy if you're not.
Yeah. Well, see, I have an abject failure of being on that corner with my sign, and this has been. This whole period, the last 6 weeks, really for me, it's been more like 8 or 9 weeks because I felt it a little early. But it has been an exercise. So the Stoics are really, really good about trying to get you in a middle place. And for someone like me who's incredibly type A, you need things and people to bring you back to the middle, right? So... So there's a Stoic exercise that it's based on the question of, is this the condition that I so feared? And the idea is that at least maybe once a month to every quarter, you have to look at what your worst fear is. And my worst fear is being completely broke. And so... This has been a good exercise in what it's like to be like. I'm afraid to be the guy with the spaceship sign. That's next to getting ALS. That's probably my second greatest fear.
Why ALS? Why that disease in particular?
It's the type A thing. To be able to have my brain completely working at 150 miles an hour, but not be able to do anything about it is the most terrifying thing I can think of.
I gotcha.
Because I'd sit there the entire day and just wind up, but not be able to do anything. At least when we have a bad show, I can sit and watch and make notes and decide, what can I do to make this thing better? It's the type A, and it's hard for me to switch now because I've had people tell me that that's not very attractive, or that's not. It's not the best face to put on when you're working with artists. I've tried to tamp it down a lot, but I think that I'm going the other direction. have you saw the kit? Oh my god.
You know who that is?
I know exactly who that is. The hedgehog.
The last thing I should have done is been able to figure out how to do this shit. So go ahead, Brian.
What? I don't know if I can talk while you're...
He's listening. Ron's listening. Listening to your plight. I'm drinking gluten-free beer, man.
Okay, well, yeah, let's do that. What are you drinking?
Gluttony Pale Ale. Gluttony Pale Ale from New Belgium. I've had it before. It's really good.
How apropos with the picture on the back. Gluttony.
Yeah. Well, gluten-free here. So good to my... Yeah, no, it's good. I've had it before. And Harris Teeter, you can get single beer, so I don't have to buy a whole. Like, I had to buy a whole 4-pack of that shit. You and the driver's ed guy. I kept calling him Bobby.
Yeah, well, his name wasn't really Bobby.
It's Ben, right?
Yeah, it's Ben.
We
weren't supposed to say that, but
I got to prepare a little more. Oh, why was I calling him Bobby? Oh, because he wasn't supposed to know his name. Thanks, I just fucked that up.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Ron did the whole thing.
From the Orpheus, while we're talking about the Stoics, from the Orpheus, Orpheus, the Orpheus Brewing Company. This is Choosers of the Slain Pilsner. And I chose this because their catchphrase for this beer is crush or be crushed. I'm letting my freak flag fly. I'm letting my type A out. I'm just going to go ahead and put people on notice that going forward, I'm only interested in being the one of the reasons I was so type A the last time we were doing the show was because I wanted it to be like the biggest thing in the world. Like Suds and Buds should be the biggest podcast in the world. Now, of course, Joe Rogan's the biggest podcast in the world, and deservedly so. But and it's not that I want everybody to know who we are. I just want it to be so absolutely good that you can't help but watch it. And I'm trying. I really am. Ron, I'm really trying to make this the greatest thing. Anyway, so...
Yeah, but I think that's what happens is that when you think about that kind of shit all the time, that kind of shit never happens. A watch pot never boils. Does that make sense?
Well, I agree with the cliche, but have you've been watching the Jordan documentary, right? The Last Dance.
I'm driving a school bus, dude. See, there's no school. There's no school. I fucking love this, man. This is gonna be shows are gonna be great now. You're gonna come to shows for my backgrounds.
Oh, jeez. I wish you'd stop teleporting. Like,
I'm a drunk school bus driver. Drinking gluten-free beer and going to pick up the kids. If you're hard on yourself like that all the time, man. You know, I think that too has a lot to do with who you put around you is what you stress about. I think in my former life, with what's going on right now, I would be a complete basket case, but with a better support system around me and my family around me and Amber and Hunter and all that kind of stuff, it makes me able to cope better with things. Right. So I think a lot of it's your support system. So once you quit the show and like kind of left me and everything, you were kind of out there on your own and you've kind of gone downhill. Now you just need to get shit together and get back in the game, man. Brian, get on the bus, dude. Get on the bus.
Get on the bus. It's definitely one of those things where I think in more recent years, to my detriment, I've definitely tamped down my type A. And our ending the last time was definitely, it wasn't the contributing factor, but it was kind of, at the time it was a wake-up call, and I don't necessarily know that it was a good one. So I watched as many episodes of The Last Dance as are out at this point. There's 2 more coming up this week. And I identify with the drive that somebody like a Michael Jordan has. Because that kid... He was going to be one of the greatest basketball players. problem with nudist camps is the fact that nobody that goes is anybody you'd actually want to see naked, especially that lady on the left there, or you're right. And you notice there's like.
And now, have you watched a lot of Jordan? Like, are you into Jordan? Did you grow up into Jordan? Did you have a pair of Jordans growing up? I mean, was that your thing? I mean, I'm from North Carolina, so he was already infectious. Like being that he was on the North Carolina Tar Heels, like that was like the big. I knew who Jordan was up before a lot of people kind of knew who. That's North Carolina. Right. So I didn't know if you. I mean, I know once he got in the NBA and everything, people fell in love with him. But I didn't know if you kind of grew up on the whole Jordan mystique and knew about Laney High School and all that kind of shit.
No, not till after the fact, because I wasn't into college basketball. I was into professional basketball. I loved pro ball up until maybe 93 or 94.
Who's your favorite player of all time?
Oh, Larry Bird, for sure.
For real?
Yeah.
I like Larry Bird. Great
well, player. I mean, as far as someone that
now.
What now?
I think you're a racist.
Because I like Larry Bird.
I'm totally kidding with you.
When
Legend is amazing. Great.
As far as anybody that
personally, that's your favorite player ever. Or do you think he's the greatest player ever? Like,
well, no. That's my favorite. That's my favorite player. I had 30. I had 33 on my jersey and everything. What now?
Who do you think is the greatest player ever?
Oh well, there's a trifecta of the best three. Jordan,
one greatest player ever. That's why it's the greatest player ever.
Well, see, the problem is, it's like saying,
give me your three. Give me your three.
Well, Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron are the three best in terms of just everything. I mean, if you had to pick a greatest player, but for me, as I was playing basketball, I wanted to be Larry Bird. Not only did he have incredible mastery of the fundamentals, he was cool. Like, the guy was so cool on the court. Pressure never got to that guy. And he was a nice guy, too. That was the other thing. Not that he couldn't trash talk, but he was a nice guy. And
Larry Bird's not a nice. He's not a nice. He was a trash talker. That's Larry Bird.
Yeah, but I mean, as far as
just talk trash.
But I mean, as far as just his personality was he's just a nice guy, like a guy you'd want to hang out with. You wouldn't want to play against him, but to hang out with him, yeah, Larry Bird. He seemed like a dude's dude,
Mm-hmm.
That was my guy. I mean, that was my guy all the way through. Oh, there you go.
You know who that is?
Is that you? I don't know who that is.
That is my favorite player. He's one of the greatest ever. Is my favorite player ever. Do you know who that is?
I have no idea who that is.
We have no idea. You don't know basketball. It's Allen Iverson.
Oh, see, after 93, I wasn't diehard after about 93. 93, 94. I just had other things that took up my time. Music was one of them.
You need to look up some Allen Iverson videos. That's the greatest crossover dribble ever in the history of the NBA. That's a bad man right there. And he's maybe an inch taller than me.
Right.
2 inches taller than me. Took the Sixers to the finals by himself. Mm-hmm. I'll give you Kobe in that era.
Yeah.
But LeBron went to 9 straight finals. But then Jordan went 6 for 6 in the finals. Jordan went to 6 finals, won all 6.
Right.
But I don't know. It's a different game now.
It's a completely different game.
But
the thing that about basketball that I really loved is that take somebody like a Dennis Rodman. People, if you were judging by Kobe standards, you were judging by Michael Jordan standards, you wouldn't necessarily think that Dennis Rodman was one of the greats.
Well, but
as far as
basketball, you know that Dennis Rodman is one of the greatest rebounders of all time.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. Like, he cornered a market in that industry. The guy looked at it and went, you know what? I know how to mix it up. I like to hurt people. I like to get in there. And so defense was where he put his focus. And that's the thing about anybody that's one of the greats, whether we're talking about Robert Parrish or Danny Ainge or gee whiz, dude, we could just keep going. I mean, Isaiah Thomas was great. Like, they were all great in the ways that they were great, and it was a different kind of thing. And then there's Magic. If we're going to go Lakers, there's Magic. Of course, there's Magic. And Kareem. But I never could figure out why Kurt Rambis was on that team, though.
Kurt Rambis was a good player, man. I mean, it's not all you can't have a team full of,
Well, yeah, I mean, you need the second string. You need the backup guys. Just Rambis always just seemed like he was out of place to me.
I think Rambis might have won Sixth Man of the Year one time.
Yeah.
Like in the league, I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing that maybe he did, but I don't know.
Somebody will have to put that in the chat room and let us know about that. But watching that documentary, it sort of rekindled this fire in me that it's okay. Okay, I changed my answer for who my favorite player of all time is. I changed my answer. Oh yeah, there's my favorite one right there.
I'm gonna do this every show, dude. And my desktop's gonna be full of stupid pictures of like naked Ron Jeremy and Fletch. Fletch was at 6'1", 6'4" with the afro. Is that how it went?
Yeah. Probably next to Modern Problems, probably the best Chevy Chase movie.
Too.
Maravich, Bill Walton. Good Lord, dude. There's so many we could just keep going.
Vacation.
What now? You cut out for a second.
Pete Maravich. Oh, I'm sorry. How can I cut out when I have my Ethernet going?
I don't. Your computer is working hard to put Fletch up there for us.
It's awesome. I'm glad I figured this out. Now I'm going to be a monkey every time we do shit.
So now you've got to put green on the back of your wall so that it'll give you a nice outline and you won't transfer. See, there's the type A in me. Like, I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to make it better. I'm trying to make it awesome.
Because I do pixelated.
Yeah. Every once in a while, your right arm disappears.
Green behind me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you had green up behind you, it would be perfect. It would look amazing.
Well, hang a green sheet or something.
Yeah. We'll work on it outside of the show for sure. I didn't bring. You know what I didn't bring? I didn't bring my laptop so I could look at the comments and stuff. Maybe if you while you're messing with that, and I talk about sponsors.
Scotty Stevens is your favorite football player. Is what he said. He's your favorite football player.
He's my favorite. He's my favorite first baseman.
Is he really?
Yeah. No.
Scotty runs past the first base. Scotty ain't never fucking stopped at first base. Scotty Stevens always gets the third, man. Smell my finger.
Yeah. No, if you watch the last episode, the last studio episode that we put together, there's a great picture of Scotty doing a split and catching a ball. My mom's had that on her wall for a while, and Scotty carries it around in his wallet like it's a picture of his kid. He's proud of it. He's proud of that split. So I figured we'd put it in the episode. So go back and watch that. But as far as beers go, this Choosers of the Slain Pilsner, it kind of tastes like, I really am sorry, Beltline Brewing LLC. I'm not a fan. It kind of tastes like what my wet socks would taste like.
Nice,
but I'm going to drink it because I bought it.
You're rarely a dick about beers.
I'm telling you, I'm letting my type A out. If it's not absolutely awesome.
I love this new Belgian gluttony ale because all their pale ale, all their beer is good. They have a couple of gluten-free beers, and it's all really, really good. I was drinking it for a while, and then I stopped, and I started getting into Coronas because Corona is technically gluten-free, but it just doesn't make me feel heavy. Is that weird?
Well,
I have an announcement, Brian.
You do? We have to save it.
I do have an announcement.
Have to save it to the end. You're going on a trip?
Yes, I am.
We'll have to save it to the end. We'll tease it out and make people stay to the end.
I have an announcement coming up in about 29 minutes.
Okay. 29 minutes. Set your watches, all you type A folks.
Did you see this thing? What we were talking about Jordan. So
yes.
You said you had an incredible segue set up, and it hasn't happened yet.
Well, you saw the CNN article. I posted it on my Facebook wall. You sent me the link on my phone today about
Amber
the 5-year-old. What? Oh, Amber sent it to you.
Sent it to me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the 5-year-old kid driving down the highway. So at this point, if we were doing the studio show,
Utah or Idaho?
Utah, I believe.
Where was it? Utah?
I think it was Utah.
Yeah.
He got mad at his mom because he wanted her to go out and buy him a Lamborghini. Which that's adorable in and of itself.
He had $3 in his pocket.
And he took $3. Got his apparently like he had a brother or a sister that was supposed to be watching him, and they were watching cartoons or something, or Snapchatting or something. And somehow he got the keys, got into his mom's like a Jeep or
like
some kind of
thing.
Yeah, it was like an SUV thing, and goes taking off and ripping. Made it to the interstate.
Yeah, he did.
And ended up getting pulled over by a cop on the interstate because he was weaving as if he were drunk. That was just him trying to reach the. Yeah, there you go. Him trying to reach the pedals. Nice.
I'm getting good.
That's good.
There he is. Yeah,
there he is.
Like 15 to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah. But I mean, you think about that
kid. You ever steal a car when you were little?
No. I wasn't going to do anything like that.
I'm with freaking.
You're with the good brother, the good son.
Striper. Yeah, I'm with Striper.
Scotty, different story.
Really? Richie O'Brien and I used to steal his mom's car in the middle of the night. She had a blue wagon. And one time we stole it in the middle of the night and the fan belt blew out in it. We had to fix it in the middle. I don't know how I can't remember how he fixed it, but he fixed it and got it back to his mom's house. And then she drove it the next day and the thing broke again and she blamed it on herself.
Oh, there you go.
I had a fraternity brother that stole, his name was Michael Johnson. They call him Money. And Money got shit-faced at a semi-formal or mixer or something that we went to school in Raleigh, right, at NC State, and Chapel Hill at University of North Carolina is 40 minutes down the road. Mm-hmm. And we had a mixture with some sorority from our frat, mixed with some sorority from Chapel Hill, and he got drunk and stole one of the buses, the shuttle buses, like those airport shuttle buses that they use, and drove it from Chapel Hill and tried to get all the way back to Raleigh and got chased down I-40 by the highway patrol and shit.
Oh man, what was he planning on doing?
He's just drunk, man, going home, I guess.
he was done.
I grew up with two dudes in Matthews, man, that I can't remember their names. One of the Kravenko brothers, I think, and somebody else when we were young. They stole the freaking school bus and tried to drive from Charlotte or from Matthews to California, and they went the wrong way and ended up and got busted in Wilmington.
They ended up in the Atlantic Ocean.
Public school here in 28105, man. Get a map, dude. Just a kid over my shoulder can get them 20 miles down the road in his mom's minivan.
Yeah, that was the days of Rand McNally. See, y'all, you have an app that would get you there now.
But now you don't even have to really care. I don't even, like, if I go somewhere twice, it's like going there once.
Right.
Because I didn't remember it.
No. I almost don't remember anywhere to go because it all lives in my phone. You just put the address there. That's it.
Yeah, I still use I use Waze everywhere I go because it tells you where cops are.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
I like Waze. That's a good one. Yeah. But dude, remember using maps? Remember, I rented a Ford Mustang probably about 10 years ago now and had a gig in Johnson City, Tennessee, and got halfway to Johnson City, Tennessee from Smyrna, and it was really low on gas. I'm like, man, I left Smyrna with a full tank of gas. And I got right about Knoxville. Filled it up with gas, got to Johnson City, and the gig was in the hotel, so I stayed in the hotel for like a day and a half. I didn't drive. I could walk around the corner to get food or beer or whatever. Right. And so the car sat there, and then I got back in the car and drove about 10 miles down the road, ran out of gas because there was a hole in the gas tank.
Oh, gosh.
They had to send Hertz or whoever had to send a flatbed to pick that car up, drive me to the airport in Chattanooga. Because I'd gotten further down the road than 10 minutes. I'd left Johnson City, gotten on the other side of Knoxville. And they drove me to Chattanooga and switched out rental cars. Yeah, it was a hole in the gas tank. Remember, you used to have to walk to a payphone and shit?
Oh, man.
Hitchhike.
Hey, we need to get a Vinny cam. He's here. Hey, Vinny. Say hey, everybody, Vinny.
What's up, Vinny?
I'm telling you, we got to get a Vinny cam, Bailey. Just every time he comes by, you can flip on the Vinny cam and you can see Vinny. No, did it have a hole in the gas tank from the time you got it, or did you hit something?
No, I think it had something in it.
Somebody else hit something.
Yeah, I guess. And then it ran out of gas, dude. And then my phone died, and I had to walk like 2 miles back to the exit, or a mile back to the exit, and get a gas tank. And I was walking back, and 2 dudes picked me up in a pickup truck and drove me in. We were pouring gas into the tank, and the guy's like, damn, I'm leaking under there. And there was gas leaking on his thing, so we used their phone and and Hertz came and picked me up and drove me in a freaking thing there.
I was Rosemary had just gotten a new car. We had about I don't know, maybe 6 months after she moved here or something. She'd gotten a new car, and I took it back to Mississippi, and one of those belt tie downs off of a flatbed flew off of it, and I ran over it, and it punctured the gas tank, and I didn't get more than about 300 yards before I had to stop. So it was hilarious trying to call your wife, tell her that you'd ruined her brand new car, and that she had to come get you. Not a good thing.
Yeah, I had a 300ZX that when you would drive it, it would get like vapor lock. And nobody would believe me. My mom, nobody would believe me that I'd drive this car, and I would be going on the highway, dude, like 70 miles an hour, and it would go, the RPMs would drop all the way to the ground, you know?
Yeah.
And you have to pull over and just let it cool off.
Right.
And you would sit, and nobody would believe me. And till my brother, he was 10 years younger than me, so I was probably 18, 19 years old, and he was 8. So my mom, we were driving to Wilmington where my stepdad's parents lived, and we got down there, and that car fucking died on the way down there with his ass in it, and then my mom finally believed me. It was cool though. I'll show it to you.
It always has to happen to somebody else.
Oh yeah, my mother didn't believe me until that damn shit happened.
Vapor locks and UFOs. It has to happen to somebody else before anybody's going to believe you.
Yeah, I don't know. It ended up, they didn't know, they could never fix it. So then when we went to trade it in, my mother and I went to trade it in at the Cadillac dealership down the street, and I got an Accord.
You just didn't say anything about it?
Yeah, and we stood there while they were test driving it, praying to God that it didn't do it. It never happened, and it never did.
Some sad sack about 2 months later. Oh, look at that.
That's a stock picture, but that's what I had when I was in college.
Dude, that's sharp.
T-tops and everything, dude. Yeah. It was fun. And it had vapor lock. It was crazy. Strange.
You and my brother, y'all got the good cars. I got a Chrysler Laser. That was the
How'd you get that? Your aunt die?
That was the sportiest I got.
Jesus. I'll show you what I had in high school. Yeah, I think my dad always in a way wanted me to like have a lot of friends and be cool and like at least be like he was, like be around a lot, be very social.
Right.
And so he always made sure I had, after he bought me, I'll show you my first car. My first car I really liked.
Benny wants to come back on the show.
Well,
come back on the show, bud.
Where's she at?
While you're finding that, I'm going to go over to this camera right here, Bailey, and I'm going to talk about our sponsor, Session Ace. If you want to make sure that you support the show, you can go to sessionace.com and you can buy any one of several different great products, including these studio grade in-ear monitors that I'm using right now. They sound amazing. Music just sounds. You're going
to send me some, so I would like some because they are good, and you keep reneging them the whole deal.
Well, you're 80% deaf in one ear.
What? But yeah, the point is this: go buy them because I can't even get them. So
yeah, you have to be one of the cool kids to get one. That's what it is, and you have to drive a really cool sports car to get one.
That was my high school car.
What is that?
Toyota Celica GT.
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, newer Celica.
Like that in high school.
Oh, wow.
See those girls sitting on it? Those were all the girls I bagged. No, mine did not. Mine had the flip up headlights. That's
My
your
dad-
house or mine?
My dad bought an early 80s Celica when I was in like the 4th or 5th grade, I guess. It was gray and it had turbo in it. And we were talking last week, it had like an Alpine stereo in it. And we used to ride around playing Survivor, Eye of the Tiger. And it was the perfect car for it because it was sporty.
This had a sunroof, power sunroof. It had Recaro seats that had the pump thing, and they would pump up the back. Like you could pump them, and they would pump up your lower back.
Ooh, yeah.
It's 5-speed. It had a stereo and had an equalizer.
It
came with an equalizer in it, and man, I love that car. I was freshman year of college. I was driving back from downtown Charlotte doing something when I was here in town, and some guy, Indian dude, pulled out. The sun was in his face, and he pulled out on our road and hit somebody else, and they came over and hit me head on. I don't remember getting out. I busted my head on the windshield and walked into a daycare and couldn't remember my dad's or my mom's phone numbers at work.
Oh, no.
And I just missed that car. If I could redo a car, it'd be that one.
Oh, man, yeah, definitely.
I think that's 84, maybe 85 in that picture, because mine had pop-up headlights, but when they were down, you see how those are down and you can't see the headlight?
Right.
Mine would be down and you could still see the headlights. I think that's maybe a year newer than mine was. But man, some lady over here in Raintree had it, and my dad went and talked to her. We went together, and then took me back to my mom's house, and a couple days later, my dad called and told me that she had sold it, and we didn't get it, and I was bummed. And then it was fucking pouring down rain at my mom's house, and I heard the horn blowing in the driveway. And I went out in the driveway like 2 days later, and my mom, when the horn was blowing, and my dad was out there, and man, I got that car. I loved that car.
I bet.
It was heartbroken when it got totaled.
Man, that's one of those cars. My dad's Celica. That was one of the cars of all the cars he had. That was one of the ones that I enjoyed the most, and even more than the GTO that he had. Like it got the best reaction from my friends because it was fun. It was like fun incarnate. I
like this car because when I had it, and even now you don't see them a lot. They make the 85 GTS Celica, like this body style. They make it in a convertible.
Ooh,
badass.
Oh yeah.
You never see them. You never see them restored. You never see them really. Nothing like that.
Why is that, you think?
I don't know. Who knows? I don't even know how many they made because you never even saw a lot of those when they were on the road.
No, we were only like one of about 3 people in our whole town that even had a Celica.
I don't know anybody that had it. I don't know anybody that I grew up with that had another Celica like the one I had, like that same body styles, that sporty. And I had no people had that Supra. Like there's that Supra model that looks like it, but not the Celica. But yeah, I love that car. Had an equalizer in it, dude.
Man. That's sweet, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's sweet. So the my initial reaction with that 5-year-old kid that was driving the SUV, initially my reaction was, well, what kind of parents does this kid have that he gets to? But then after I thought about it for a little while, especially through the lens I'm looking through now, that kid's going to be like, he's going to be the CEO of some huge company in another 25 or 30 years.
Be locked up.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
So?
Yeah, that cop's gonna know him real good, man. That kid.
No, it's that kind of drive. Like, I want something so bad. I'm going to take. I don't even know everything I need to know, but I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take everything I've got, everything I can get my hands on. I'm going to go for that thing that I want. That's type A if I've ever heard of it. To just get in that car and go. Don't even know how to drive.
That kid's going to jail, dude. But then again, did he have 9 and 3 going on? Is that what it's 9 and 3, right? Is that what it is?
He was more like, I think about like 7 and 5, maybe. He was on the bottom of the steering wheel, probably.
5. The cop came. You watch that video. The cop went and he thought once he put the car in park, he came back and mic'd himself up.
Yeah.
So that he could hear the go, how old are you?
Yeah.
And he was like 5.
He's like, nobody's going to believe this. I need to make sure I get this on video.
Yeah.
But
kid's going to jail, man. A kid's a bad kid.
he's a little rascal. That's what he is.
I'm getting good, man. If they learned anything today, we'll learn I'm good at that. My whole desktop is like packed with shitty pictures I got to go delete. The Fletch and Ron Jeremy in the nude. This is a running thing. This is going to happen every episode. We're this much closer to that
I don't need to do this anymore, is what you're telling me.
That big enough. Dude. Those are the notes you write for the show?
Yeah.
I've got Rain Man. You'd be the worst stand-up comic on the planet, or the best. Either the worst or the best. There'd be no in between. You'd be the worst. You know why you'd be the worst comedian ever?
Why is that?
Because you're such a fucking neurotic motherfucker that you would never allow yourself to be the best. So you would kill yourself.
Oh man.
You got like this weird people. Look at those notes. Raise, hold those notes up again.
Oh yeah, it's almost by the minute. And that's only half of the show. It would have been 10 or 12 pages.
That exact quote of what you're going to say, or do you write down exact sentences of what you're going to say?
No. Like I've got I'll just pull something out of the air here. I put let's see. The one good thing I put was like at 8 minutes, massage parlor, Rose, good one. I did mark a few of the good things, but then there were some of these that was just like, if there's a technical problem, especially with a guest, tell Mike to realize I'm going to throw to him. I wrote a whole dissertation on how to get around problems next time, and have a talk with you. All right, Mike. So here's what's going to happen if there's a technical. I already thought all the way through.
It's like what you do if.
Exactly. Always have a contingency.
Do this.
Have a contingency. If this, then.
Yeah, that's how you roll. It's crazy. To me, it's just it. To me, I look at it like practice to make myself better, so I don't have to do that. Because eventually, it just becomes.
Oh, that's a good pull.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm getting really good. I'm getting quicker.
Comedian, as far as comics go, somebody like a Jerry Seinfeld that has every joke he's ever written, that really speaks to me. That's the kind of guy you are like one of those guys that after the show you disappear. Nobody hangs out with you because you're always writing and you're always into always. That's all. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying that you and I would not go to Waffle House together. No, well, it would be a rare occasion. It'd be a rare occasion. It'd be one of those where I'd have to consciously think, all right, I'm going to go hang out tonight. I'm going to chill out. I'm going to hang out. But see, when I hear stories of
music.
Oh, definitely. Dude, I was up at 5 a.m. this morning playing drums.
I work better
getting
under
stuff
pressure.
Recorded.
Gabby, for my voiceover stuff, I have to do this whole edited thing with, I have to go into Audacity and do all this stuff and return it. And it's like a report I have to turn. And you know what freaks me out is Type A. You'll appreciate this. She didn't give me a hard deadline.
Yeah.
She just said, hey, get it to me in a week or two. And that means 2 weeks to me. And then it turns into, so I texted her today and said, look, I'm getting a lot of background noise. I'm waiting on this foam to show up because I'm going to do the walls and the foam, And I said, once that's done, I'll have that to you by next Friday. So now I've set myself a Type A hard deadline.
Yep.
To where I will commit to that hard deadline.
You got to be like,
give me one.
You got to be like water, man. That's just it. You got to fill the container you're given. And when you need to be liquid, you're liquid. When you need to be solid, you're solid.
I'm just going to try to have it done next Friday. Okay, so we got 10 minutes left. We got to finish our beers. And then have a big announcement.
Yeah. We definitely got to get to your announcement. No, it's one of those where when I hear stories of Kobe in the gym for they practice till 10 p.m. and then he's still in the gym at 5 a.m. That speaks to me. That's that monomaniacal thing, and for no other reason than just wanting to be the best that you can possibly be, and. It's cool. It's okay with me if I trade something off.
But maybe not Kobe. And but a lot of people trade everything else in life for that.
Well, they're definitely not objective about that choice.
Like, it's so focused on, and I've done it. I've been so focused on stand-up to where I lose track of everything else in my life.
Right.
And then you die an old man by yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan, and when you're retired and done, and kind of you have all the time in the world to focus on all that other stuff.
Right.
But if you're constantly working until you drop dead and constantly chasing that rush, you're kind of
this whole pandemic period has definitely taught me that I'm of that other ilk, that even if I get whatever it is that I'm looking for, I'm still going to be looking for something. And that's been something for me to deal with is, all right, well, if you get the thing that you've always wanted, if you get the nice studio in your house, if you get 14 drum sets, if you get whatever it is that you've been going for for your entire life, what then? And for me, it's just like, what next?
Well, so you're chasing it, man, and you've got to realize that you can't. If you just keep chasing it, you're never going to enjoy it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It becomes that problem. It becomes a problem.
Nice.
That's what happens. See that big pile? That's what you're chasing, Brian.
That's what I'm chasing.
Chasing the rush, dude.
I need the rails, man. I need the rails.
You're riding the rails, man. I feel you. Everybody's got a dream. I think like what's gonna happen is I'm gonna drop dead, and they're gonna go into my computer and like find all this. He had like all this weird shit on his computer, like Ron Jeremy and Rain Man, fucking old cars, Fletch, and a bunch of cocaine. Pick up his computer.
Oh, geez, man. I tell you what I enjoy. I enjoy us sitting here every few days and talking about stuff.
Yeah,
that's what I enjoy.
Well, it makes me feel like I'm still relevant, and I'm still important, and I have something I kind of commit to.
Yeah.
So like, I think the more we do shows, the better we get. I think today we've discovered something that I can do.
You have a talent.
I have a talent. So that's going to be a running theme. I'm not doing it. What are we doing tomorrow? I think it's going to rain here. We're going to buy a hose, something to put our hose on.
Yep.
That's about it. So we'll be back here. What is it? Today's Wednesday?
Yeah, today's Wednesday. We'll be back.
I have my first LaughLink live virtual party hosting gig tomorrow night.
Okay, so what does this mean?
I sit online with like a call like this with 10 or 12 other people that I don't know, and I have to entertain them for half an hour. And they paid.
I think you got a head start on the entertainment
part.
They
paid me through, like, how much is going to do the backgrounds? And he paid me through laughlink.com. So if you go to LaughLink, I think it's .org, laughlink.org, you can go there and you can hire me. I can do all kind of, it's virtual shit. It's like a virtual management company.
Yeah.
They're doing that for me. So laughlink.org is that. And go to the website, speedmarket.com, get your Waterbed Baby t-shirts.
Yep. Make sure you get your t-shirts.
Dirty South Big shirts are for sale on there as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And Bailey's showing the shirts and the link at this point right now.
Okay.
And make sure you go get those. Go to sessionace.com and pick up some stuff, help support the cause. And if you haven't shared any episodes with your friends, find your favorite episode this week, please. I'm asking, I'm begging. Find your favorite episode this week and share it with a friend. It could be one of these newer episodes, the remote quarantine episodes. It can be an old episode. I prefer you share the one where Mike has no shirt and has to sit in his underwear. But you can pick,
that's the favorite of all time, is it not? That's the big one that everybody's
yes.
Okay. Well,
by far, if there was a Hall of Fame of Suds and Buds shows, that would be at the top. That's the pinnacle, I think. I'm searching. My type A is searching for the next thing we can do.
You watch every bit of all the shows.
Oh yeah.
I'm so opposite. I watch hardly any of the shows.
I've watched every show.
Can't watch myself listen to myself. Speaking of myself, have a big announcement. Are you ready for the big announcement?
I'm ready. Here, do a drum roll.
Yeah. Guess where I'm going. Guess where I'm going in September right now. It's everything's up in the air because of the coronavirus, but I've been confirmed, and we just don't have the dates for sure yet. But as of the dates are right now, guess where I'm going?
Cairo.
I'm going to Egypt. I'm going to Saudi, and I'm going back to Kuwait.
Oh, very cool.
September 1 through 15. It's not guaranteed yet. We're still working on getting guaranteed, but as of right now, I get to go hopefully ride a camel and see the pyramids for the armed forces of the United States. September 1 through 15, Kuwait, Egypt, and Saudi Arabia.
Very cool.
Armed Forces Entertainment. So it's going to be a good time. I'm very, very excited. It's going to be hot as a son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Definitely at that period of time, for sure.
Yes.
But it'll be fun. You'll have a good time.
I need something to look forward to.
Yeah.
So,
that's all of us. We all need something to look forward to.
Don't tell anybody because it's not that those dates aren't completely confirmed yet. But I'm.
You know what? Your secret is safe for me. It's confirmed. Just me and you. Nobody knows about this except us.
Cool. I appreciate you. I will see you.
I'll see you on
Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday, 7:00. Make sure you join us.
It's Mother's Day.
Oh, that's right.
We'll have a Mother's Day show.
Ooh. Oh, Rose is working, so I can do that. Yes.
Well, I'm having my mom and my stepdad and my brother are all coming out here to the house, and we're going to do an outside social distance Mother's Day cookout party.
Is there any way to get your mom on the show?
That's Saturday. She's coming.
Oh, she's coming on Saturday.
She ain't spending the night and sitting here all day Sunday waiting on this show.
Not even if I
stand in the closet with my mom.
Miranda, would you please stay and come talk to me?
We'll get our moms on the show sometime.
I'd love that.
Won't shut the fuck up, man. So I don't have to feed her Texas Roadhouse.
That's right.
Pay her in Cole's cash to come on this damn show.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's way better ever than when we're talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Tell your kid I said thanks for making it enjoyable, and I will see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday.
Boom, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Drink up. We'll see you next time.
Peace.